You've tuned in to Love Noise, and today we're vibing with the one and only BHillz, artist, producer, and a creative powerhouse. From beats to emotions, he brings raw energy, real talk, and that signature sound that shakes the soul. Let's make some noise for BHillz.
This program is part of the Scene Project's podcast network. The Scene Project features interviews with independent musicians, comedians, and artists from across the Midwest. Become part of our community and support local art wherever you are. Well, welcome into another exciting episode of The Scene. I'm your host, Bubba Starts, and you are watching Love Noise. We are here with our co-host, Willie.
What's up, you guys? How are you today, Bubba?
I am good, brother. I am good. And back with us again, our brother Boo Boo.
I have returned. I'm doing great. How are you guys doing tonight?
Man, I'm excited to see you, dude. It's been a few weeks since we've had you on. I know you've had some things happening, but it's all good. We are back together and happy to have you. We're also happy to have this man with us. Welcome to the show, Bobby Hillz. What's happening, BHillz?
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that intro too. You know, it was well written, you know, and I appreciate y'all having me, man. It's a honor to be here.
No, this is going to be great, man. I was blessed to come on your stream last week. I know you had Willie on there. You played some of my music, played my music video out there for all your fans. And, man, I just love what you guys are doing down there. So kind of off the top, because we haven't really gotten to speak with you before, I kind of just want to give you the floor for a minute here and let us tell our people about what you do and what you guys are doing down there in the St. Louis area.
All right. Well, I've been out here in St. Louis for about 3 years. I'm originally from Houston. I grew up down there, and I really focused on music a lot whenever I was a kid growing up and stuff. But once I was like 20 and I had kids and stuff, it was like one of them things where I had to kind of put it to the side and stuff. So, but about like 3 years ago, me and my baby mama split up. So I had the opportunity to come up here to St. Louis to work at General Motors. So whenever I came up here, it was like one of those things like a lot of, I feel like it doesn't really get spoken about that much, that whenever a father and the mother don't get along, then the father gets pushed out the household. So it's like your whole life is like turned upside down. You went from like being a father, your whole life being about this, about always being there every day with the kids, to now you have this void to fill. So whenever I came up here, I was, dealing with depression and stuff. So I decided to I was like, well, what did I really like had a passion for before I, all that. So I just started going into music and, just pushing music. And then I started doing the streams where artists send in their music and we play the artist music, and it just kind of went from there,
I didn't realize that was part of your story, man. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. I've lived through that myself. I got a 13-year-old boy. Still battling with his mom. We ain't been together in 12 years, man. But it's tough. It's really hard to go from that, especially when, you've been together for a long time and you're in that routine, right? And really any kind of change like that is huge, but then you involve your babies, right? You got your kids, your heart and your soul. And I know what that feeling is like, man. So my heart goes out to you, dude. That's a tough thing for anybody to go through. I feel it every bit.
Yeah. It's almost like the music it feels like you can't fill that void, but it fills the void of not being depressed. Like it's almost like I would almost say it's kind of like everything I'll be doing with the music from the streams and all that. It's almost turned into like a disorder or an obsession to distract myself from, thinking, because idle time, you just sitting around feeling bad about yourself. And also, y'all know that music is a way to express, and there's nothing better than making a song and then somebody else like, you know, feeling what you was going through or understanding you, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I could express myself and people can understand me more through my music than I could sit down and really talk to somebody, you know, unless the conversation just goes, because sometimes, you know, you don't always know the words to say like how you feeling. But with music, even if it's not really the words, it could be the frequency, you know, because I make beats and stuff too. So a lot of it, you know, like that's one of my main thing when making beats is like frequencies, you know, like because it's like whenever you hear that note come on the song and it like makes you get goosebumps or you feel something, you know, before, you know, those are the frequencies. A lot of these people that make beats, they're so focused on just the beat or making your head nod or like putting samples and stuff like that. Like frequencies really like especially with all this AI music, because that's one thing that AI can't copy is frequencies, because frequencies is something that's a human, you know, that humans have. You know what I mean? I feel like at least like vibes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But
yeah, the vibration is a frequency. That's why we vibe with each other. When you get in that that vein with people, and we just had that. Willie was on with me for our Momo meetup. We do those every Wednesday at 7 p.m. My wife works at the bowling alley on Wednesday nights, so like Wednesday night is it's like I don't have anything going on, and a much that you are like I don't have like what the hell am I going to do, because I'm dad and I'm a husband and I have all this time that's taken up. That when she leaves the house to go work this one night a week, I'm like, well, I'm gonna stay on camera, right? I might as well go sit in the lab and connect with as many people as we can. And tonight we had a gal on, shout out to Cat Blue there in Iowa, that she just seen me going live on my Facebook. I try to get on when I'm doing my walks in the morning, or now it's been in the afternoon. It's been cold and wet here the last few mornings.
I've been seeing that. Where are you from? Where are you at?
So I'm in rural South Dakota, man. Southeast South Dakota. We're out in the middle of nowhere. So this is my connection to music people, right? There's not that many musicians out here. There's definitely nobody that's attacking it the way that I am. And now my music career is kind of in the sidecar next to this podcasting thing that we've been doing. But I realized that as a connector of people and someone who loves to network with other artists and doesn't mind putting the spotlight on them. Right? Like it ain't about competition. Like, I don't care. You got songs. Cool. Ain't nobody making money out here in the music business unless you're at the very top. And even those people, you know, millions of streams, a million streams net you like $1,500. And that's not even net. That's just what you're getting kicked back on the stream. So it's like, what's the point of trying to drive that?
Yeah, that's definitely something that I feel like that needs to be taken back to the drawing board, is like, especially with contracts and stuff, is this like, because a lot of even with contracts with artists, it's still set up to like the streams or album sales and all this stuff. And that's not where there's no money in that anymore. You know what I mean? So it's got to only, you know, I'm still trying to figure out how to make money doing this. You know what I mean? Because even like with doing shows and I guess with sponsors and stuff, and like how you're saying with how y'all do the stream and you do the podcast, like I feel like as an artist, that's like you have to do that nowadays. Like if you want to, it used to be like an artist, the only thing that you really knew about the artist was like the CD cover whenever you purchased it, and you know what I mean. But now it's like it's so like everybody wants to know everything about, like with social media and the way that everything is. You know what I mean? Like it's like you have to put yourself out there and you have to like, you know, sell yourself with selling your music. You know what I mean?
Well, you got to be a real person, and people want connection, man. In a world that is just so disconnected, you know, which is ironic, right? Because we're more connected than we've ever been, but people don't like talk to other human beings ever. Yeah. They don't, you know, they're just watching on their phone, and you're just consuming these short bits of information with, you know, the reels and everything, and that's not an effective way to communicate with anyone. Nah. So that's why I've been loving this, you know, doing interviews, and I ain't on streams for 4 hours straight like you are, but
that's just because I only stream once a week. Like I also have I also do a radio podcast. I don't know where the flyer. Oh, here it is right here. It's at My City, My Music Radio. It's Stronger Than Ever. And I do that every Tuesday. That's actually like where we have the artists, they come in, we have a studio at the radio station, and we sit down and we talk like a, you know, Joe Rogan style podcast, where it's like, you know, face to face and locked in and stuff like that. The stream started with doing that, with doing interviews and stuff. and I still do interviews with people that like, you know, don't live around or can't come up and stuff. But the stream's more turned into like I like to think of it as like it's almost like chill, like your friends just chilling on the porch and y'all listen to music. Like the way that we just chop it up. Like whenever y'all was on there, it's not real professional. We're just chopping it up, talking, you know what I mean? Playing music, bullshitting, like stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's not as professional. You know what I mean? But
it's a hang. It's just a hang.
We just chilling. So
It really
so
is.
nothing. So 4 hours goes by fast whenever you're just chilling with your friends. 'Cause these are people that, you know, I hang out with regardless. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, I end up hanging out for 2 hours that night, Bubba.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. And
I was like, I'm gonna go, and then they would play another song, and I was like, well, let me shoot this song up there. So before the night was over with, I had submitted a bunch of songs, and I'm not an artist, so it was like you, Fire White, different artists I've known.
Yeah, and they were all great artists, you know. And that's another thing with the country music scene is I like seeing that taking off how it is, you know what I mean? Because it's like a new avenue, and you know what I mean. I like it though. It's definitely dope, you know.
Well, and Bobby, for you, like as a rapper, you know, in that hip hop world, it's been the age of the independent artist over there for 15, 20 years, right? You know, all the way back to Afro Man, really. I mean, the man selling tapes out of his trunk. Well, now that's every artist, right? Like in every genre. And I've always kind of been someone who I mean, I made my money always busking. Like I was out with a guitar on a street corner playing, and not like in the Ed Sheeran way, looking for a record deal. Or John Mayer, I know, was, you know, famously like, you know, in the subway playing when he was discovered. I was just trying to make a buck and feed myself.
But that's the greatest. But that's the greatest thing though, is because like people who actually perform, like, you know what I mean? Because that's like my main thing. Like I'm a good, like, I don't want to say I'm a good performer, but like that's like where whenever I go and I do a show, like I just have the instrumental playing, I'm rapping all the songs, like, you know. And that's like how you're talking about like going to the street corner playing guitar, because that's, people are feeling your vibe, they're feeling your frequency, and you're feeling it too. Like nothing's a better feeling than whenever you're performing and you're just seeing that they're looking at you with their mouth all open, like, you know what I mean? And they're just loving it. Like that's the best feeling in the world. You know what I mean? Like to me as an artist, but a lot of these artists, they can't, it's different because they don't sound the same as they do. You know what I mean? Like without all the plugins, without a computer, a lot of people, they can make music on a laptop or on a computer, but whenever it comes out to actually performing that song, they can't do it because that's not it. They're, you know what I mean? It's so, you know, so much auto tune, so much plugin, so much, which I don't, you know, I'm not hating on nobody, you know what I mean?
Well, and it's easy to like rap a verse and then like go back and you're editing that, and then like to go into the studio and then to do the chorus. It's a whole different animal when you're doing that song front to back, right? Like you're performing the song as a total piece now, and that's a lot different.
Yeah, and like a 30-minute set of doing it. You know what I mean? That's
you're
the only one on the stage. You know, you don't have the band to kind of pick up the slack. You know what I mean? It's all you run out of breath. Everybody looking at you funny. Like, you know?
I mean, I just learned what it's like to rap a 30-minute set just a couple months ago, and man, that is something else.
And especially because it don't matter how much you practice it. Like you could sit there in your room and practice it, but whenever you get on the stage and your nerves, because the nerves affect your breathing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
100%.
or just like how I was saying, like whenever people start feeling it, you're like, damn, people are locking into me. Then you get excited. Then you get too loud. Then you start. You know what I mean? All them type of things make it where, you know what I mean? Like it definitely affects it. You know what I mean? Nerves are a big thing, you know?
And as a sound guy, I see that a lot. And also I see them ones, and I'm not hating on anyone that records their tracks and their vocals are on their tracks. And sometimes it gets where the vocals don't line up because because of the live performance don't match.
And that's became like the norm now, especially with like hip hop, is where you're not paying to go see them perform the song. You're paying to see them stand on stage while the song's being played, and they're just kind of yelling over some words or dancing. It's not, because imagine like in 2000s, like whenever like, or like the 90s and stuff, like if a rapper went up and did that, like back in the era of like Nas and Wu-Tang and you know, and all the type of people, if somebody went up there and did that, like it would not work, you know what I mean? But now that's like the normal. Now it's like that's the normal. Everybody Everybody, I do these shows out here in St. Louis, and I go up there and perform at the beat, and everybody looks at me like they see it, like they're like, I ain't never seen nobody do that before.
Yeah, like it's the normal, but like it ain't dope to do that. Like that's the normal, but that's not dope. I've been vibing with the real MCs don't rap over vocals movement.
Yeah, me too.
Still am.
Me too. And if you're gonna do it, then at least like, you know, like take out the main verse vocals and leave just the ad libs. I could see like leave the ad libs in the hook, and then you know what I mean, but at least spit the verse part.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
we've been coaching up some of these cats that we've been seeing because Willie runs sound, and he's done it at a couple of festivals this year down there in Missouri. And that's the first thing that I noticed, because I'm a live guy, right? Like put me up there with a guitar and a live mic, man, and I'm gonna roll and do my thing. And the first thing, and man, if you're coming out and you have vocals on your tracks, like I'm already pulling back because I'm not hearing you. Right. Like I don't know what's you and what's just the track. And I'm not here to listen to the radio. If I wanted to hear your song, I just go on Spotify. I mean, I don't use Spotify, but I'd go on YouTube, you know what I mean? And find your track. That's not what I'm here for.
Yeah. Yeah. And it makes it really hard as a sound guy, because when they're just pretty much lip singing over their tracks, people are like, I can't hear him. I can't hear him. And I was like, you won't be able to. He's not performing.
Well, or even worse, Willie, they're like, I can't hear myself in the monitors. And you're like, well, yeah, that's because your vocals are in that track. What do you want me to do for you?
Yeah. Because then they're like, you turn the music down and they're like, I can't hear it. Well, you can either hear yourself or hear the music, because if you turn the music up, you're going to drown out the live vocals. Yeah. And as a sound guy, I can't stand it. I mean, just being honest. Yeah. And that's like me and Bubba. We talked to a guy the other day, and we're like, just do your tracks. Get rid of everything. Just do your tracks.
Well, and I wonder, I mean, some of these cats are young, right? And they're just starting off on their careers, and they've always, like now, like you said, they've seen it done that way by so many other people that they think that that's the way you do it, and nobody's ever stopped them and gone, yeah, no, that's not cool. Like that's not how it's done, right?
Well, and it's the safe bet, you know. So you got to think about it like a promoter or like their management team and all that. You know what I mean? If they go up there and they just have the song playing and they could be drugged out or whatever, like most of them are nowadays, and it's not going to matter because they're gonna, you know, as long as the song keeps playing, doesn't start skipping, they're good, you know. But whenever you go out there and you have the beat and you forget your words or something like that, you know what I mean? Then you're putting more on the line. But at the same time, you got to put stuff on the line to be able to really get that prize and have, you know, and capture people. Because that's really, to me as an artist, like the performing part is like the ultimate high. Like, you know what I mean? Like I ain't ever been more high. And then the thing is about it though, is it just like the higher you get, the more you go, like the come down is bad. You know what I mean? I see that with being an artist too. It's like whenever I perform and I'm feeling and I'm riding that wave and I'm feeling good, I'm preparing for the show, then I get there and everything's good. But then next day you go home and you go back to work and you're just normal again. That's depressing.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean? I've been fiending for another show, man. That's all I want.
And then you start fiending, you're like, man, I'm jonesing to do this next one, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how you end up on tour, man, chasing it from town to town and performing for new people. And
I would love to be on tour if I didn't have a job and all these bills and all this stuff hold me back. That's what holds me back because like, you know, like even like at the position that I'm at, like I'm not a big artist, so like the tours that I can go to, or most of them are like open mic showcases, but in different cities, which I love that. I like open mic showcases and doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? Especially like in front of new people, because every time you do it in front of new people, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Those are people that are really gonna like follow you and really gonna like fuck with you, because you know what I mean? Like if I do a show, I'm gonna stay the whole time. You know what I mean? Even if I go first, I'm gonna stay the whole time, watch all the other artists. You know what I mean? And all that, you know what I mean? Whenever, like, I like performing first, honestly, because I feel like there's more people there, you know, because once everybody performs, all their people are leaving with them. You know what I mean? That's how these shows go. So a lot of these headliner shows, it'll be like 10 people in the audience by the time the headliner's there. And you know what I mean? So I'd rather be there whenever there's like 50 or, you know, people there or whatever. Like you being seen more, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I love it, man.
I also think artists realize that people don't realize that they're starting to wake up and see when them artists are just playing their tracks and lip singing.
Yeah.
You know, I went to a different festival a while back that wasn't one I was doing. I just went to show support, and everybody's like, what is this, karaoke? And I was like, well, you know, you can't get mad at the sound guy when he's having to
provides the track.
He has to wait and, do what the artist does. It makes it hard all the way around because you get the fans that aren't happy.
Yep. And then the fans, and then they don't want to come into shows no more. Like that's why a lot of these shows don't be selling no more. Is because people don't. It's a waste of money. That's like, why would I go? Just like you said, I could go see that on YouTube. You know, a better version of it. You know what I mean?
I just go watch Bobby on his stream and watch these cats and see their music video and be at home comfortable.
And hang out for the 6 hours we're going to be at the concert.
Well, and COVID, and I'm glad you said that too, because this is something I wanted to say too, is because like I feel like COVID made everybody where they're like comfortable with being inside. Like I think everybody already wanted that, but a lot of people, like you said, like they don't want to go to shows. They'd rather stay home. You know what I mean? And I have on the same thing I was talking about, that My City, My Music radio. I have another show that I do every month, and I have my second episode coming in on November 15th, and it's The Experience. But the first episode was last month, and the show's called BHillz Behind the Streams. And what it is it's a showcase and then an interview following. So the one right now, you can see it on YouTube, BHillz Behind the Stream, and it's a 30-minute showcase followed by a 30-minute interview. And so like the showcase is a direct feed, like the mic's directly feed, so it's studio quality. You know what I mean? Like it's not like somebody just recording on their phone. Like it's like multiple cameras and just speaking through the mic with the recording and stuff, and then it's followed by an interview. So so that's like something that I was thinking, because it's almost like viral showcases, you know what I mean? So then people, they could be home and they could watch the performances, you know what I mean, and see the performances and stuff like that without going out with, you know, they can be just, and they could watch it whenever they want. They don't gotta, you know what I mean, miss work or whatever.
Yeah, I dig it, man. Well, we were talking about the high of coming off a show and being up there on stage. So the first track I want to play yours tonight was High Off Life. Is that all right?
Yeah, it's High Off Money. But
High Off Money, sorry.
But yeah. So this song, because I sent 3 songs, and like I just wanted to kind of show like myself as an artist, you know. So this one is, I didn't make the beat on this one. This is just the beat that I think I got it from like BeatStar or something like that. But I just wanted to show like myself as like a rapper on this one. So that's why I sent this one in. But there's a video for this too. It's on YouTube, BHillz, High Off Money.
Smoking on that diesel now. I'm so high I can't see the ground. So fly can't be seen around. So I will be leaving now. Smell like I've been held a pound. There's nothing you can tell me now. Let's just need another round. I see these evils all around. Phone and leave the speakers loud. I'm chiefing on a reaper cloud till my eyes are bleeding out. Now you see what we about. Make it rain in the drought, like a plane on a route or a train going south. In my brain, there's no way to make it out if you stay up on the couch watching days losing count. Purple haze got my mind in a herbal maze. I'm trying to get my money right, but I ain't learned a thing. I'm sipping on a muddy spray, and I say what I wanna when I'm blazing marijuana. Got my eyes so low, got it feeling like a sauna. Getting high off money, better hide your money, cause that hydro money leave your eyes off money. Smoking on that granddaddy, I roll up a 2 grand fatty. Rolling in the sedan, averaging 100 above. I'm trapped, up above, unraveling. Take a puff from the blunt, I'm out of it. The bass got this whole place rattling. So you can hear us before we approach it. Got the perp, I'm about to go and pour me up a potion. If it has to do with money, I'ma need my Porsche. I don't give a fuck, I'm trying to make a fucking fortune. Got the cameras up, guns just like a fortress. Got the hammer tucked, I refuse to fucking forfeit. Tell me what you want, is it really fucking worth it? Spitting all these letters in these words like a Say what you wanna, I'ma blaze marijuana with my eyes so low. Got it feeling like a sauna, getting high off money, better hide your money, cause that hydro money leave your eyes all bloody. Only smoke the finest grade, top class, highest grade, no class, highest paid. Why ask my eyes are glazed? Oh yeah, my mind is dazed. Been over a couple days, stuck up in this maze, fucked up, just the same. So I chunked the deuce up and throw on them stunning shades. They're just happy to have New Year. Hit the block, stumped for days. Had it locked, fucking safe, but shit wasn't safe. Wasn't trying to be rude, we just moved at a different pace. We moving miles, not rulers, gotta go our different ways. I'm not mad that I knew you, just knew something had to change. I got bills to pay, look like I ain't slept for days. So I'm about to levitate, take out the guard and medicate. Say what you wanna, I'ma blaze marijuana with my
eyes so low.
Got it feeling like a
sauna, getting hot
off money,
better hide
your money, cause that hydro money leave your eyes all
money.
Say what you wanna, I'ma blaze marijuana with my
Eyes so low.
Got it feeling like a
Sauna, getting hot
off money,
better hide
your money,
cause that
hydro money leave your eyes all
money.
Say what you wanna, I'ma blaze marijuana with my eyes so low. Got it feeling like a sauna, getting high off money, better hide your money, cause that hydro money leave your eyes all bloody.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I love it, dude.
Where I live, marijuana is legal, so
We got medical here in South Dakota. It's all good.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's all good. No, man, that's good. And the production level's high. It's good stuff, man. I love it.
I appreciate it.
What'd you think, Boo Boo?
I really liked it. Kind of reminded me of like a stoner Lil White, you know? Really had those vibes that kind of take me back to when I was in middle school and stuff, listening to rap music and stuff when I first started getting into it really heavy.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, that was like one of the first like singles that, because I only been doing music again for like 3 years. So everything from like my stream to the podcast to my music, it's all just past 3 years since I've been up here. So like that was like one of them songs that I had other songs that I wanted, because like I'm more of like I like art. I like people to connect to my music, you know what I mean? But I felt like that was like one of them songs I had to drop first in order to get people, because it's almost like people, they have to kind of like you to care about what you feel about something. So I feel like if I would have came out with like mushy breakup music, then they would have, you know, just been like whatever. But you drop something like that, and then they're like, okay, at least, you know, we can see he can rap and syllables and can put words together, you know. And then it's like Jay-Z said, like first you have to have their ear, then you can get their heart. So that was like one of them type of songs that I wanted people to just, you know, I don't want to downgrade the song, but you know what I mean, because I definitely like the song, you know, we got the video too for it, but it was definitely one of them songs that I almost made with the intent to be like, all right, so people are gonna like this. You know what I mean? Instead of making something that I was like, I'm going through something, I'm feeling something, you know, I gotta let something out. It was more like I gotta make something that people are gonna like. So I said in the studio, I was like, all right, well, people like weed and people like money and people like to be high, so we're high off money. Okay.
Yeah. Did anybody influence you to make, like, was there any influence, like sounds for that song? Any sounds that influenced you from people at all?
No, not really. I just heard the beat, and like as an artist, like I really like I believe in like the muse, like you know what I mean, like the so I believe that the song kind of should write itself. Like every song that I made that worked out good, it came together. It's like, you know, whenever you're making a song, you're just like, it's like something else is making it for you, and it's just coming together, and you're so excited you can't even like get it out quick enough because the next thought's already there. Like I believe like the muse. So it's like I really whenever I hear like a beat, or if I'm making some music, like I just go off of that, and if I don't feel that, then I feel like it shouldn't be hard. Basically, what I'm saying, you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like the music should make itself. So if it's like, if you're having to force it, then I feel like that's gonna be a frequency that people are gonna feel whenever they feel it. So if you're having a good time, you're enjoying yourself, you're loving this song, that's the frequency that's gonna be that people are gonna catch whenever they hear the song. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote my first song in like 20 minutes just because the pen was guiding me.
Yeah, that's the muse. You know, whether you're a writer, writers talk about the muse. Anybody creative, you know, people who paint. That's you know what I mean. I don't want to be like bland, but it's almost like some people they either have it or they don't. Like you know what I mean. Like I think
Yeah.
that's like something that you can't really teach. You can't teach somebody the muse. You know, and it makes it where like not saying that somebody that doesn't have the muse can't be as good as you, but they're gonna have to work a lot harder. Like you know what I mean. Like a lot of things, it comes effortlessly. Like you know what I mean. Like I feel like you know?
I see that a lot. So I've interviewed over 300 artists in the last 18 months on our show,
Damn,
and a lot of them
work.
because of my Midwest Country Music Organization, and now having won the Content Creator of the Year award over there. That I have cachet in that realm, right, in that country music world. And I don't even consider my music necessarily country. Like I have a few that are on that line, but that's where the songwriters are these days. Like I grew up loving bands like Pearl Jam and the Red Hot Chili Peppers and like really good songwriters, but that's just not really in rock music anymore. Rock kept getting heavier and heavier and heavier, and it kind of left me where I was like, I like a little distortion on my guitar too, but it's not all about these heavy kind of distorted sounds. Like where's the songs? And I'm not a screamer, I'm a singer. So I've kind of found myself in this country world now, and with that comes people that spend a lot of time in Nashville, and you know they're kind of turning songwriting into like this cookie cutter kind of thing, and it's got to have this and you got to have these parts, and a good song isn't that without them. And I was like, man, I've never written a song like that. I've never sat down and like every single song that I've ever written in my life has been a stroke of inspiration, right? Has been a spark from somewhere, feeling or something, an experience, right? That just had to come out. And the way that it came out was it sounded like this and it felt like this. And so, you talk about the muse, man. I feel you. And really, I think that's where good music, the only place good music really comes from, like soul touching music.
And I think a lot of like what you was talking about like has to do with these like writer groups, you know what I mean? Because especially with like country music and that type of music, they'll have like sit down and you know what I mean, it might be 5-10 people and they're writing the songs together, you know. Whenever like the real artists, you know, like you were saying, like you were saying, like if you were inspired by something, I like to make the song and not even really let nobody hear it until I'm pretty much done with it. You know what I mean? Because that way nobody can be like, change it, did it. I'm like, no, they already see the vision. This is the way it is, type thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of good songwriters, like especially back in the day, that's how it was. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't so corporate, because now music has became such a business. You know what I mean? Like it's always been a business, but now with DistroKid and how it opened up the floodgates for all these independent artists to get on major platforms and stuff. But at the same time, it opened up the floodgates for all these people to take advantage of them, to be like, you know what I mean? People paying for plays, people they're you know what I mean? All this type of stuff that everybody has their hand out. And it's almost like there's like vultures of people, like, you know, you can't. How many times have y'all gone like Facebook or something and you see like you got like 12 notifications, you're like, oh, what the hell? You know, you click on it's the same person, right? And then you go check your email or your DMs, and then they're like, hello, sir. I can give you organic followers and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
I get that on my Instagram. So my Facebook is pretty organic, but my Instagram, I don't spend a lot of time over there. And sometimes I'll pop in and be like, 14 notifications. What the hell? And it's just one person, one bot, liked 14 of my posts and then sent me a message trying to sell me something. Just like,
and then these people, they don't even know that these are bots. Like you see people arguing with people on comments, and they don't understand that it's like there's like this new warfare that's going on now, where it's like a bot warfare from like Russia, China, all these things, where it's a way to divide us and make us like argue with each other, to do all this stuff. You know what I mean? And they're these bots, like, you know what I mean? These troll bots that are just like, hey, that's a whole nother that could be a whole nother podcast, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, Bobby, you already know. You already know.
I hate the bots and the bot plays.
Man. Well, and especially if you get into any kind of political conversations with someone on just an open forum, and like, bro, you just and it's so easy to identify for those with people with eyes to see, right? But so many don't, man. They're just and whether it's ignorance or it's just a lack of knowledge about how the internet works now. But Once you've
both.
seen a bot farm and you've seen some of these troll farms in foreign countries and all the phones hooked up in a little thing, and you're like, oh, the internet's not even real.
Well, you
It's
can
not
tell.
even-
Yeah, and especially like the internet's it's getting faker every time I turn on it. Like now, all these AI videos. You got Stephen Hawking's wrestling.
That's real. That's real right there.
That's gotta be.
But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think it's funny. You know, I love that type of stuff. But what I don't like is the AI where the videos that it's taken away. Like let's say, like I seen a video the other day, and it was like a dog and like a bald eagle came and picked up the dog. And then like the goat like fought off the eagle, you know, which would have been a badass video before AI. You'd be like, damn, oh shit, look at this video, you know, like this goat protected. And then now it's like, even if it was real, you're just like, that's fake, that's AI, that's fake. Like,
you don't trust anything, even if it was real.
Yeah, I was just like, that's stupid. I don't even like.
Look at that AI dog behind Boo Boo.
Yeah. That's not
Look at that AI Boo Boo. Look at that AI Boo Boo.
We're not even real. I'm fake.
How'd you call me out?
But I think that's what makes like what you're doing and what we're doing here, and especially on the live hits. I mean, we do a ton of interviews. I'm scheduled out in taped interviews right now into April of next year, right? Twice a week. Awesome. I got all these interviews that'll be coming out. But eventually it's like those aren't even real, right? Like everybody's living in the past, but we're just ahead of the curve, Bobby. And I feel like what you're doing with the radio station, bringing people in studio and all the things that you've been doing is just like, that's what's bringing music back, bringing it back to the people. And that's why I was really grateful.
That's something that fake people can't do neither. You know what I mean? Like fake, like a bot, you can't go into the actual studio and have a like a podcast conversation or a bot. It don't matter how much of this AI music that these bots are making. You know what I mean? That's another thing that I hate too, is like people that make music with AI and then, you know what I mean? And it's one, like, I don't use AI for none of my music, you know, but I don't hate on nobody that uses it to help them with their music. But what I'm talking about is the people that go into the generators and they're just like, make a pop song with a girl voice that sounds like this, talking about this, and then they generate the song in like a minute and a half, and then they try to send it into my show like it's theirs, like they're a real artist. And that's the type of stuff that I hate, because that's like a slap in the face for people that actually go in the studio and actually make music, especially like I make music with like a beat machine type shit. I'm all dropping shit, but I like, you know what I mean, like real, like generating real music, you know, which you know what I mean, I'll use loops and stuff. There's nothing, but what I'm saying though is this is like, you know what I'm talking about, how there's like apps you can download where you just download the app and then you're like, make a country song about a breakup and put these keywords in it, and then you could choose the voice that you want, and then
Bobby, I've been blown away by some of the stuff that I've heard. I got a good friend of mine.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I hate it, because they're good songs, but I hate the fact that, but I hate it though. You know what I mean? You know, I hate that they're good too. You know,
no,
but you can always tell though.
Check the credits and make sure it's not all generated nowadays.
Well, see, and I feel
AI has been in music since the early 2000s. If you look at writing credits,
definitely. I like that it's given people who maybe don't have all those skills, that it's given them an outlet to get things that they feel out, right? And that's what I really got this from my friend Amber, and listening to her story, and just like, where she's like, I've always been a writer, but I don't have any musical talent, right? Like I can't play a guitar and I can't produce a beat or anything, but I learned how to use this thing. And she's very meticulous about how she goes about building it out too, right? So it doesn't just take her a minute and a half, throw this in there. Well, she's working really hard to get out what she thinks about it, but she's also not out there trying to pass it off as like, oh, I made this. It's like, well, I made this with AI, but some of her songs are just funny too, right? Where it's I made this to be funny. So I'm like, I'm on the fence. I want people to be able to express themselves, but and nobody's making any money right now. I guess that's my thing. And she can't go sit down around a campfire and do that, right? Like, so that's always kind of been my thing as a live performer, to be like, well, you can't just spit it, right? You can't just step out there and sing that song and to do any of that. And if nobody's making any money in music right now anyway, right? Like who gives a shit? Have fun, go.
But like you said though, like she's a writer and she takes her time with it. Like that's a whole nother different. Like just like I got a buddy that he makes beats like with like Fruity Loops or whatever, and then he writes the lyrics, but then he can't sing, so he has AI sing it for him, and that's dope. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, all right, that's just like you ghostwriting for another artist, but instead of having an artist, you have AI. Like that's completely different. Like, but what thing that I'm more talking about is just like these like little generators, like, you know what I mean? And especially like, and then AI looks so fake right now. Like I know it's getting better. Like it's getting better and better, but
that's the scary part.
Yeah. Pretty soon we're not going to even be able to tell. Like even with music, I can tell whenever I hear AI song only because it's too perfect. You know what I mean? I'll be like, that shit is too crisp. The shit is too on beat. That shit, they just seem too good. Like that's the only way I could tell is the difference. You know what I mean? Is from that. But I don't hate on nobody that's doing something that they love, you know, or that they put, or that they're creative with, you know what I mean? But that's a whole nother, like being a whole nother artist though. You know what I mean? That should be like, but like you said, they can't perform, they can't do things. So as, instead of me being over here being bitter about it, I just try to focus on things that AI can't do. Like you said, like AI can't go perform. AI can't do a podcast at a radio station. You know what I mean?
Not yet. Like God, that's why I pulled my podcast off of Spotify, because their AI is trading right now. And I was like, man, if they make a digital Bubba, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
You don't want more than one of me, okay? Just saying.
No.
Imagine if they made a digital Boo Boo.
They already can, especially with like people like us that have like a footprint online where we generated so many words.
I have 200 episodes out, right? Yeah, like I ain't Joe Rogan, but man, you've got me saying just about everything already, right? Yeah. So,
Boo Boo, I just want to know: is yours get hurt as much as you do?
What?
Does your AI get hurt as much as you do?
I don't know. Probably might just go MIA.
His AI doesn't ride a bike that's broke to shit.
But listen, I wanted to kind of
throw my Bobby,
sorry.
I kind of wanted to throw my opinion out there because y'all got talking, and I really liked how the beat didn't overpower your music, and your voice stood out well enough you could hear it.
Yeah.
It was professional quality. Like,
I actually mixed it down myself. I did all the mixing and stuff like that. I pretty much like everything that I've like done. It's almost been like I couldn't, like being an artist and coming up and stuff, like I can't afford people, like to pay people to do stuff. So I just kind of learned. Like my manager, Young TZ, he told me, he was like, just stare at the screen long enough and you'll figure it out. Like, you know, that's what I've done though. I just kind of just, you know, with even just like with just doing the streams and the podcast and stuff, you know what I mean? Like I would just see these other streamers and stuff. And like at first, whenever I first started my stream, it was like one of them things, like everybody gets played. We don't give our opinion on nobody's music. You know what I mean? It's a safe place for artists to get hurt, you know? And then it kind of transformed into this other thing where like, if your music sucks, we have this horn and we're like, wah, 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 wah. We just stopped it. And then we kind of backed off from that a little bit because people stopped wanting to send in their music because we'd be like trolling and stuff. But
double-edged sword.
But it's never been like biased though. Like if I hear a song, I'm not gonna be like, just because it might not be a song that I like or it's something that I would listen to, I would still like, you know what I mean, give my opinion on it as if like an open-minded type thing, you know what I mean? But I feel like sometimes like if like people told me that I sucked whenever I first started, you know what I mean, and that shit made me better. You know what I mean? Like if you just let people,
and you know what? They were probably right because everybody sucks when they're just starting out, man.
I was perfect.
I heard a song from me the other day that was like from like 3 years ago, and I was just like, damn, I was not as good as I thought I was. You know, because I've always had this like confidence where I just think like I'm just, you know, but it's kind of like a bad thing too, because sometimes, you know, but you need people to keep you grounded. Like those are the type of people you need around you, or people that are gonna be honest with you. Like my boy Tweezy, Like I was like super big headed, and like whenever I first started putting out my music, everybody was loving it. And now I went over to the studio for the first time. And as soon as I walked in there, he just looked at me. He's like, you're not as good as you think you are, and just turned around and walked out. And I was just like, what the fuck? This was, But that shit. But guess what? Every time I record, that's the studio I go to. Like whenever like it comes, because I'll record myself, and I get it down so that way whenever I get to the actual studio, I have it down where I can just do it real quick. Like, I'm not trying to waste nobody's time, but I do that over there because I know that, like, the pressure's on there. Like, I could go to a studio where people are just good, like, they don't care. Whatever. They just want their name on the song. But people that are going to like push you to be better, those are people that you need around you, because especially in the music industry, because you get surrounded by yes men and types like that, people that just want to ride the wave. You know what I mean?
Bobby, I want to play another song here. I got Love Too Much pulled up. Okay. You want to tell us a little bit about the song before we play it?
All right. So we're actually doing the video. See, what's crazy about this song is I originally wrote this song like before I even dropped High Off Money like this. I wrote this song about like probably almost 3 years ago now, and it was right whenever me and my baby mama split up and all that type of shit. But like I was saying, like I didn't push this song because I felt like I had to put out the High Off Money and them other type of songs to have people understand me as an artist, So I had this new album that's dropping at the end of the year, BHillz 2.0. And what I did is I kind of reached back to them songs that I didn't push, like Love Too Much. And, I feel like this more understanding of an artist, and we will be dropping the video for it. Well, we got to shoot the video first, but we'll be having the video coming out too. So it'll probably be at the beginning of next year. But it's actually a kind of a playoff, like the beat's a playoff of the Jay-Z song Cry. And I originally wrote it to the Jay-Z song Cry, and then I realized I'd get sued if I use that beat. So it's like flipped and stuff, but it's enough where you can tell that it's this beat, but it's flipped. So it's like, it's a different song though. It's a completely different song, Yeah. It was just the vibe of,
that is the Jay-Z. Last guy you're trying to get sued by, man. He got all the lawyers in the world.
But I was actually listening to that Jay-Z song Cry, and I was all, my feelings and stuff, me and my baby mama split, listen to the song Cry and shit. And I was just like, man, I want to make a song that has like an effect like that, So, but I felt like I couldn't drop this song 3 years ago, so that's why I reached back and now I'm dropping it.
Good, I love it. Well, this is Love Too Much, BHillz.
Yeah, I seen them coming down your eyes, but I gotta make the song cry. Yeah, I seen them coming down your eyes, but I gotta make the song cry. I could feel us growing distant. It's in the air, I can tell it's there, like instant. Lately things been getting intense, and we both gonna put in our 2 cents. But where do we go from here? With your mama in your ear and your best friend in your ear, and all this drama over here, you got me stressed out. You got me stressed out, and I'm about to lose it. I'm sorry that I'm never really sober much. I'm sorry it's the only time I'm showing love. I'm sorry that I never really showed enough, and that I'm leaving every time that I just sobered up. Is love too much to believe in? Is love too much to get even? Is love too much to be leaving? I'm just asking, what's the reason? I don't need no fussing, I don't need no grieving. I'm just asking, what's the reason? I'm just asking, what's the reason? My heart's been broken, ripped apart, reopened, resold, restolen. And I know that you know it, I can tell that you know this, though I hate that you know it. Is love too much to believe in? Is love too much to get even? Is love too much to be leaving? I'm just asking, what's the reason? I don't need no fussing, nah, I don't need no grieving. I'm just asking, what's the reason? I'm just asking, what's the reason? All this chiefing and drinking got us in love for the evening, but after we fuck, I'm leaving. I hit you up next weekend. All this chiefing and drinking got us in love for the evening, but
but after we fuck, I'm leaving. I hit you up next weekend. Is love too much to get even? Is love too much to be leaving? Is love too much to get even? I'm just asking, what's the reason? I don't need no fussing. I don't need no grieving. I'm just asking, what's the reason? I'm just asking, what's the reason? What's the reason?
Still got to add the backing vocals and stuff too. I just wanted to send that one because that's like the new shit.
Yeah, I love it, man. And the quality of the beats is top notch, man. Sounds really good. Love that you're kind of, singing a little bit on this one, right? It definitely means something to you.
Yeah, it's like I think of it's like talk singing. You know what I mean? Like it's really like putting emotion behind what you're saying. You know what I mean? For sure. But I appreciate it, man. Those are the type of songs that's like, because that's like one of the songs that like whenever I perform that song, like I always perform that song last because it's like I get more into it. You know what I mean? Like performing is love too much to believe in, is love too much to get even, and like people they feel that. You know what I mean? Because whenever you're passionate about something, like I said, like people are gonna feel that. You know what I mean? And that's something that you can really capture on stage too. Like that's why I love, like performing and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely captured your passion in that song. The beat had wonderful quality. The vocals, you could feel your emotion in it, and everything was mixed well already, even before you finalized it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I feel like with the video, it's gonna kind of like paint the story too. You know what I mean? Like I got this girl, she's this model for the video, and we're gonna be like in a hotel, and it's gonna be kind of like going back and forth, like, you know what I mean, like type stuff, like even with just like that the first verse, like how it's like I could feel this growing distant, it's in the air, I could tell it's there, like instant. Lately things were getting intense, and we both gonna put in our 2 cents, like, you know what I mean, like it's like, it's like having a conversation back and forth, you know what I mean, like it's almost like telling a story. That's what I want to capture in the video. Hopefully I captured in the video,
And I love that you are bringing, you're bringing the ideas to life in video too, right? Like you have a very solid business mind for, like, you understand what the business is now, and realizing that you have to be able to visually tell the story as well as having songs and bringing it out and everything. Like, you're bringing the whole package with you every time you come to the table with a track. And not that we're going to have a music video for all of them, but for the ones that mean something to you, like you have to be able to visually tell that story. And what's your story? And I love the forethought.
Yeah, and I feel like every song, you should want to make a video to every song that you're doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I had the resources, I would have a video to every song. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like every song is like your baby, kind of. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like type of songs like those, like High Off Money, like that song, like, whenever people, they're like, oh, that's a dope song. It just kind of goes in one ear and out the other, even though, like, I like the song. But whenever people, they like that Love Too Much song, it means more because I was going through something when I made that song. Like, that song, like, music really saved my life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because before music, like I was going through stuff, like, even with like drug addiction and stuff. I've been sober for about 3 years now, coming up here, but that was a lot of things that broke up the shit with my baby mama, was just me being on drugs and like all that type of stuff. So music filled that void. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I feel like if you have an addicted personality, you have to be addicted to something. You know what I mean? So whether it's, some people are addicted to work, some people are addicted to hobbies or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Some people addicted to alcohol or drugs. So it's like, even though, like, I'm clean, but I had to have something to fill that void. You know what I mean? And music filled that, and to have other people like fill that too. You know what I mean? That's why I love music, because you know what I mean? Like, even people that don't even, like, somebody can not even know what you're saying, live in another country, and they'll still like feel what you're going through. You know what I mean? Or feel the song. You know what I'm saying?
As someone who spent time in another country, I lived in Mexico for a year before I came back and did a couple years in prison. I was on the run in Mexico, and that's where I like found music again, right? Like went through this bad breakup, got myself in a bunch of trouble, was like, fuck, I ain't going to prison for weed. So I went to Mexico, and that's where like I rediscovered what music meant to me, because when I was at my darkest hour, I wasn't playing music. Like I didn't want to feel good. Right. Yeah. I didn't want to do that. And that's always been it for me. But man, you got to have an outlet for that. I have an addictive personality too. When I'm in on something, I'm all in, and I'm going to do that to the fullest that I can. And I'm very grateful to have this now, right? Like I'm addicted to this, sitting in front of getting to meet other people and to listen to their art. And like, I'm so grateful to have this, because I what I would be doing without it.
Oh yeah. I mean, the connections that I've made, I mean, I've only been doing mine since June, but the connections in them 4 or 5 months that have been made, I wouldn't give them connections up for anything in the world. And, and on your song, I really like the emotion you put into that one. Honestly, out of the two so far, I like that one the best, because it's more relatable, in my opinion, than and you connect with the song better.
Yeah. But I feel like in a way though, I had to drop. Maybe I didn't have to drop the other music first, but I felt like, like it makes it where like, you know what I mean, like people, because y'all see on the, because the other song that I sent in, the Envy song, that one's actually one that I produced. I'm on the song at the end, but I produced that for this other artist, Stroke Your Body, because that's why I wanted to show y'all with the music, because I wanted to like have the one, let y'all see like the rapping song, and then the Love Too Much is like them. Those are the songs I really love. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's why, like, even with this video and stuff, like, because I think it's gonna be my 4th video. So it took 4 videos to get to the song that I wanted to do. You know what I mean? but nah, I appreciate it, man. It means a lot whenever people like, like I said, like I like everybody that likes any of my music, any of my songs. You know what I mean? Even people that don't, because just like you were talking about with these podcasts and these streams, is like the connections that you meet, like I know I've interviewed artists from like South Africa, all over the whole world, you know what I mean, and a lot of my biggest fans are like over there, like in South Africa and stuff, and it's because they appreciate the fact that they're getting their music played on American, you know what I mean, it means everything to them, like something just little to us, like us playing a song on here, like, you know what I mean, but to them, you know what I mean, that's like the biggest thing in the world, like to them, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's nice,
they're getting played in America, right? And they can go back to all their friends and be like, I'm getting played on this show, and they don't have to know that there's 3 people watching that show.
Exactly.
Even when there's only 3 people, like those, you know what I mean, you got to appreciate like whether it's 3 people or like 3 million people, you know what I mean? That's the difference between people, like that's what and just in this 3 years that I've been doing this, you know what I mean, like I've seen a lot of people come and go, with artists and podcasters and stuff. And what it is if you're just doing it because this is just what you love to do, then you're gonna last. Just like the turtle outran the rabbit, you know what I mean? Because the turtle, he's slow and steady. Like if you're doing this because, like you said, this is what you enjoy to do, this is your Wednesday night, your wife's gone, it's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna get on my podcast. You're doing it because you want to do it, like, you know what I mean? And it shows. And whenever you do it like that, then because the people that they're doing it because they're like, oh, I'm gonna make money on this, or I'm gonna, and then they do it and they get 3 views and then they give up, you know what I mean? Just like whenever people post stuff and then they might not get as many likes as they want or as many reactions as they want, so they stop posting. But the thing is though, is you got to just keep doing it, and you got to keep, because eventually somebody's going to click on it, eventually somebody's going to keep seeing you, and they're just going to be like, man, what is this? But you have to make sure that whenever they do click on you, put out a good product at the same, because a lot of people, they be putting out so much stuff, or you know what I mean, that they don't even care about what they're doing. Like you got to make sure that whatever you're doing is you're putting your all into it, because you never know, like a lot of people only go give you one chance. They might only click on you one time. So you got to make sure that whenever they click on you, it's something good, No,
and it takes time to build up to that point where you are good at what you're doing, right? Like that's when I set out to, when I started the podcast, it was audio only. And I just started with all my friends, right? I already had a massive network of musicians around me, 20 years in the industry. Like I already had it. And I was just like calling all my friends, hey, just get on a conversation with me. It was audio only. I had a little a Zoom P4, my phone plugged right into it. So it was just like, just get on a phone call with me. And I sat here in front of my microphone at home with my headphones on and nobody watching, and got to learn how to do that before we ever started doing, even Zoom interviews. And Zoom interviews I started doing like last December. And then now we've brought that. So like I was pretty confident in my abilities before I ever started turning this thing on live and going live out to the rest of the streams. But I've been going live on my phone, on my Facebook, like every day for almost a year now, if not more. Like I do it so long that I forget that, I've been at this for a while.
Yeah, I've been seeing you. I've been watching those last couple of days and stuff since you've been on the stream. It brought my attention. That's why I was asking where you lived at, because it always looks so cold. You got gloves on. I was like, there ain't no way he's in Missouri.
It's like 40 degrees in the morning. It's about to get a lot worse, Bobby. You just wait till
South Dakota's terrible.
I'll have my parka on. I'm gonna have my scarf on, but I'm still out there walking and doing my thing, and I still go live, and my phone will be freezing, like literally freezing. And but I don't there's a commitment to it, right? Because I've had so many people that have been like, yeah, man, I watch your lives all the time, and they're not liking them, right? But they're watching, right? Or they're seeing them on the replay. And today we had a full realization of that too, where this gal, we'd been friends on Facebook probably because we connected on some veteran stuff. Her son, I think she said's a veteran and really involved in some things, so probably connected with us there. But then she was seeing my lives and saw me talking about the music and our Momo meetups on Wednesdays at 7. And it was like, I'm going to come and check that out. So she ends up clicking the link, and then she falls in and she's like, I'm a music networker, man. I know everybody in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, right? And all of a sudden you're like, oh, cool. We just tapped into a whole new market now. We know where to go, who to talk to, and all this different world. Definitely. That's just from showing up live on Facebook every day and talking for 5 minutes, showing some appreciation for people watching and tuning into the things that we're doing. And now it's like, well, now I can't stop doing it, right? Like knowing that it's having some effect out there in the world. Is it 1 million followers? No, but it's attention, that it's connection, right? And that's what I've been doing this for. And it's awesome to see somebody else out there like you and Trizzy, and just like what you guys have built down there is the same thing that we've kind of built at the Scene Projects. Even though we're not in a major market, we've been able to connect with all these artists, and now we have 6 hosts on the network, and everybody's doing their thing, and we're able to bring people through. And it was really cool to see somebody else doing exactly what we're doing, and to get to connect and to get to see my music out there, because I don't my song's on the intro, but I'm not putting my videos on every day and like, look at me, like y'all get enough of me, right? Look at all these people, and put the spotlight on them. So it's nice to like go somewhere else and have somebody willing to put a spotlight on you sometimes, right? And to say, hey, no, look at this cat doing his thing. So it was cool to be able to bring you on tonight and to get to vibe. I want to play Envy before it gets too late, man. It's already 10 o'clock here. I am not a night owl. I'll be up at 5 a.m.
He's an old person. We love him. But
so Willie, what am I? Because I'm going to be in bed in an hour and up at 6.
I'll be in bed too. I think we all getting old, man.
That's because your internet's getting turned off.
Not even.
Bobby, you're lucky, man. The only person we troll here is Boo Boo.
Everybody needs somebody,
But no, before you play that one, that's the power of networking, not just on the internet. I mean, look, I reached out looking for booking agencies, and that's how the connection here was formed,
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like just like how you said, like, even if there's only 10 people, but I feel like if you have 10 followers, you got to multiply that by 10. So if there's like 10, if you see in 10 people, there's really 100 people, because there's 90 people that aren't liking it, but they're still watching it, because like I've talked to people that like I grew up with and that I ain't talked to for years, and they'll be like, oh, I see you doing your thing out there. I see you in St. Louis, you're doing your thing. But the thing is, though, is I had no idea that they even knew that I was doing anything, because they never liked nothing. They never shared nothing. They never commented. But they're still watching, you know. So even if you're not getting, you know, the gratitude that you think you are, man, you gotta keep pushing it, you gotta keep doing it, you know what I mean? And there's been times that like where like I'd wake up and I'd be like, I don't even want to do my stream, you know, and then like 30 minutes later I'd have somebody message me like, you going live, man? Well, where you at, man? You know, and I'd be like, then I didn't even think nobody even cared if I went live or not. You know what I mean? Like, you never really know what you mean to people, you know? Yeah, there's somebody out there that looks at you as a superstar. You know what I mean? And appreciate the quality of the people that mess with you. You know what I mean? Instead of the quantity, because a lot of times, like just like how you're saying, like playing people's music or networking and stuff, like those are people that really connect with you, or like people that see you perform at a show that they really connect with you because you know them. You know what I mean? Like if somebody messages me, I'm gonna message them back. I'm gonna try to message them back unless they're like a bot or trying to sell me something. But you know what I mean? But like
I'm even messaging those people back. Like, yeah. I appreciate a fan.
Like I have people that message me every day, like just good morning. I'm just like, good morning. Like, you know what I mean? Like dudes, like grown dudes, you know, and I'm just, you know, like I don't think nothing weird about it. It's just like that's all they ever say too. You know what I mean? But I message them back because it's like, you know what I mean? I appreciate that. It's just like artists, you know, fan mail. Like you know what I mean? I don't want no stan coming after me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I love all my fans.
I answer every text message, every letter.
Yeah, I answer.
I love you guys.
That's my live, man. Showing up and just saying thank you. Hey, this is what we're doing today. We had a great episode last night. You know, tomorrow I'll be on there talking about hanging out with Bobby, telling everybody to go and check you out, because a lot of people aren't here with us right now, right? They're all living they're not in the present with us. They're living in the past, right? They're seeing this stuff maybe 3-4 days later. And that's the thing about some of these interviews is like my best interviews are always coming up. No matter if I just did the best interview of my life today, like nobody's going to see it for 2-3 months, right? And by the time that it airs, I've kind of forgotten about it too, but it changed my life in that moment.
And what I do too, and with y'all's permission, if I could do it on this, is like I'll make reels, you know, and then but whenever I make the reel, on the comments I'll have the link so they can go watch the full thing, because that's a lot of times too with like TikToks made everybody where a lot of people don't want to sit through a whole hour long thing, but so you can make highlights and highlight the reels, and then but give them the option to be able to go watch the full thing and then to be able to see it, because like you said, a lot of people they might not catch you live, you know what I mean? But they'll see it somehow, you know? But yeah, so the song Envy, I produced it. I made the beat, did all the engineering, did everything. The artist that's on it is Strokey Bobby. He's from Louisiana. He's a dope artist. I actually met him on my stream. He sent in this song called Heart Too Big, and it like really like touched me, you know? Like he's, you know, I was just like, damn, like I love that sound. So you know, I had this beat, I sent it to him. What's crazy about this song is I had a different version of it where like I did 3 verses and did the hook and everything, you know? So I sent it to him as like open verse. Like I was like, yeah, you want to get on the song? So I sent it to him, and then he sent back the song and he did the hook, the verse. It left me like a minute and a half at the end. But whenever I heard the song, I was just like, man, it's so dope though. That
like this is better than what I said. Shit.
I was like, this is better. Like it's supposed to be like he was just supposed to be an open feature on the song, but I ended up being an open feature on my own song. You know,
I love it.
We have a video.
That's the muse, man. That's like, how do you deny that at that point? Yeah. Like you can't be so selfish to deny the song its due. And it's really cool that you were able to create something that inspired someone else so much to do that too, right? So I'm looking forward to listening to this one. This is Envy.
Yeah.
Now for real, love me or hate me. Ooh, ay. Thugging, are you snaking me? Love me or hate me, don't know what you would do. Thugging, are you snaking me? Gon' be one of the two. Time after time, you done showed me the lie after lie. Never told me the truth. Love me or hate me, don't know what you would do. Thugging, are you snaking me? Gon' be one of the two. Time after time, you done showed me the lie after lie. Never told me the truth. You changed, it same with you. It was all love. I kept it real with you, my thug. I let you in to see how I thug. You was plotting the whole time, showing fake love. It's a shame we could have been the coldest niggas from the way. I never changed, now I'm one of the coldest niggas from the way. I'm with the real, now you gotta watch this shit from round the way. That's what it is, now I can't have you hanging around if you gon' hate. Tryna snake me, a punk ain't kill a king. We was friends, now we enemies. Treated you better than the ones that's kin to me. Love me or hate me, don't know what you would do. Thuggin' or you snaking me, gon' be one of the two. Time after time, you done showed me the lie after lie. Never told me the truth. Love me or hate me, don't know what you would do. Thuggin' or you snaking me, gon' be one of the two. Time after time, you done showed me the lie after lie. Never told me the truth. You change, it'll never be the same with you.
Always in a bad mood every time I see you, so easily judging someone else. But you put that effort in, worrying about yourself. That's why I look in the mirror when I need somebody's help. Only myself I trust, so if anything happens, I'll just self-destruct. I take the weed out the wrapper, then I spark the blunt. I'm still blow hours after, you can't tell me a thing. I say fuck 'em, I'm doing what I want while you doing what you can. And just pretend, blog like you the man. Spend they whole check, then they broke just again. Won't ever learn, so I guess the joke's on them.
Love me or hate me, don't know what you would do. Thuggin' or you snaking me, gon' be one of the two. Time after time, you done showed me the lie after lie. Never told me the truth. Love me or hate me, don't know what you would do. Thuggin' or you snaking me, gon' be one of the two. Time after time, you done showed me the lie after lie. Never told me the truth. You change, it'll never be the same with you.
Yeah, but shout out Strokey Bobby, man. He's definitely a dope singer and dope artist, you know.
Yeah, that was killer, man. I loved you. I love both your guys' stuff on there. It's nice to hear you come in at the end because there's our boy, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, you see what I meant though? Like, it was like he just left me that little bitty spot on the song, you know. I had to extend the beat even to put my whole thing on there, man. But shout out Strokey Bobby. I actually made that beat on this drum machine right here, man. That's one of them songs that's like, because I feel like whenever you make the beat, it's like it's even more your baby. Like, you know what I mean? That's why like the only song like I've produced, like I have that one and I have this Love Comes Love Goes that I did with T33 and then Hypnotized, but I'm on all those songs. Like, you know what I mean? Like I ain't never produced the song where I just gave the beat to somebody, because it's almost like I feel like that's like giving your kid away to somebody.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
like 80% of the songs on my albums, I made the beats. Like all the beats I produce. Like I'm like a rapper that wants to be a producer. Like mostly producer wants to be rappers, but I'm a rapper that wants to be a producer. But I just mainly produce for myself, though.
I understand that feeling, man. That's exactly how I am too. And
Yeah.
I mean, that song definitely proved you're not only a good rapper, you have very good skills as a producer as well. You killed it with that beat, and you both absolutely killed it and made a dope track there.
I appreciate it. That's what I wanted to show y'all with those song selection coming on the show. I wanted y'all to see that I could rap, be emotional, and be a producer. So I'm glad that y'all seen what I was trying to do, you know, for sure.
Yeah, you did it, man. That was awesome, man. Bobby, I'm really looking forward to continuing to be friends, to keep showing up on each other's streams, to keep on just growing what we're doing, man. I'm so damn proud of you
Every Sunday at 10 a.m. So y'all all got a open visitation, man. Just hit up my messenger and I'll send y'all the link, or you always send your music in. I'll play y'all's music or any artist that y'all have. Like, we don't, even though it's mainly like hip hop and stuff, because that's what I make and then people around me and people on the show. But I really enjoy other type music too. You know what I mean? Like whenever I'm like just chilling, like, you know what I mean? Like, Bill Withers is like one of my favorite, like that's one of my biggest inspirations, is like Bill Withers. Cause like you were saying, like songwriters and how he would play all the instruments, he could get on the piano and play and type shit like that. So I definitely appreciate and love like all sorts of music, you know what I mean? And it's refreshing on the stream whenever you're always just hearing this, like, you know what I mean, computer generated hip hop music, and then somebody comes in actually playing a guitar and singing. Like whenever I forgot what the name of the song is, but whenever we were playing the other last weekend, and I was just like, man, you could tell like it's just alive. Like you could tell like it was like y'all in the studio playing instruments. Like that's so refreshing nowadays. Like,
that would be Drifter when I submitted Drifter.
Yeah, I loved it because it was like it's so refreshing whenever so much is like just computer generated and plugins. Like it's so nice to hear like live music. Like live, there's something about live music, you know what I mean? Like people playing instruments and singing on a live mic. Like that's the greatest thing ever. Like I love that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I absolutely love the live music feel, and I'm actually hopefully going to have a full band playable EP coming out next year.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. If I knew enough people that could play instruments for me, I would. But the thing is, though, is just like I was saying, like nowadays, you know, it's like as an artist, everybody's like trying to get in your pockets. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I've learned to do a lot of stuff just by myself. Because whenever you try to reach out to somebody, then they just try to charge you something, which I understand. Like everybody feels like they're worth something, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like you said, none of us are making money. We're all starving. So why not help each other out? And then whenever we get to the big piece of pie, then we could all eat instead of everybody just pulling each other down. You know what I mean? Because that's how it is. Like it's just the music industry, especially in the levels that we're doing. It's like everybody's just trying to take advantage of everybody.
The way I've always heard it is everyone wants to feed off your crumbs instead of waiting for the feast.
Yeah, that's greatly put. You know, it's true. You know, and a lot of people, they want to sell the building before they even laid the foundation. You know, like a lot of people, they might have the right, you know, ideas. Like they do want to help you, and they want to hit you up and be like, oh, I want to manage you. I want to promote you. I want to do all this, but they don't have the resources to be able to do it. You know what I mean? They haven't built the structure yet. You know what I mean? They just have the dream. You know, and a lot of people, they're trying to sell the dream, but you got to build that dream before you can sell it. You know what I mean? A dream isn't nothing till you build it. You know what I mean? And people got it backwards, where they're trying to just sell their dream and they don't want to put in the work nowadays, you know?
Awesome stuff, man. I'll be tapping in on those Sundays because I don't have anything going on usually at 10 a.m. Football season's coming to a close. I usually do a coach's show with our head football coach of the high school team here in my little town. We get together and talk about the high school team, but their season's winding down now. So I'll have my Sundays back. I got some new songs to share. You heard one of them. I would love to bring on some other folks too, and to hear their music and to bring a different flavor over to your stream and to start being a part of what you're doing, man. I think it's awesome. I appreciate, as an artist, I appreciate it. As a fellow podcaster, I appreciate it. And man, I feel like we're going to really make a dent and to really shine a light where other people aren't, right? I say that, you know, we're shining the light in the dark corners of music right now. And I think that you're doing the same thing, Bobby. So been a pleasure getting to kick it with you tonight. And
I really appreciate
y'all having more of it.
Yeah, I really appreciate y'all having me. Like, I really do. Like I said, like you were saying, it's nice to have the attention, the spotlight turned back on you whenever you're so used to like interviewing and talking to other people. It's nice to like have people talk about you, you know, talk about yourself for a little bit, you know. I love it.
For sure. I appreciate y'all, Willie, anything in parting here?
Sorry, you go first, Willie.
No, you're a newcomer. You're welcome back. I'll let you go first.
I was gonna say it was really nice to get this talk with you and meet you tonight, and I'm definitely gonna be checking out your music after this, and I'll be in contact with you to hopefully get you onto my show.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. I don't know if we're following each other. I know I'm following Willie. I don't know if
we'll connect you. We got all of our calendars on the sceneprojects.com too, so you can tap in with everybody.
Yeah, I'm definitely tap into the website.
That's what I did already say. The link I sent you, the sceneprojects.com.
In the email, yeah, I've seen it.
You can check book on every one of our shows from the website.
Okay,
but I definitely look forward to working with you, and
for sure.
Well, yeah, you guys are kind of not like super close to each other, but at least you're both in the beautiful state of Missouri.
Yeah, and if any of y'all ever in St. Louis, we're always doing showcases. We have one on November 6th coming up, so y'all could always come out and perform and stuff on these showcases. So or y'all can come down to the radio show and I can get y'all on the station and stuff too. So if y'all ever in St. Louis, let me know.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Well, I'll be going through there in a couple of weeks, man. I'm definitely gonna hit you guys up and see if we can at least connect. I don't know if I'll be there on the evening. I got shows up in Minnesota the 7th, 8th, and 9th. So I don't know if I'm gonna make the showcase on the 6th, but I'll definitely hit you guys up when I'm rolling through town and get to check out what you're doing, man. I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm supposed to be coming up and covering that show, but I'm trying to get my work shift scheduled.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, shout out. It's called Out the Blue Showcase. I'm usually bad with remembering the names of them.
I got the flyer. That's the only way I know it.
I know because the flyer is my profile picture, so that's the only reason why I know it. I kept seeing, and it's easy to remember Out the Blue,
Listen, my memory is crap. If I don't have something to look at, car accident, beating your head off the windows a couple times kind of destroys your memory, so
yeah, I have selective memory. I can remember lyrics and stuff like that, but I can't remember anything like birth dates and none of that,
Oh god, I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I'll have to check things out if I'm ever down for mine in Bubba's area, but that's a bit of a stretch.
You think I'm in the middle of nowhere? Boo Boo's even more in the middle of nowhere. Like at least I'm close to some stuff, but he's.
Where are you at? Where's Boo Boo at?
I'm in northeastern South Dakota.
Okay.
So a bigger part of middle of nowhere.
So y'all both in. So y'all both in South Dakota.
Yeah, but we're like 3 hours away from one another.
See, I've been.
To that's about what we are.
I've been to Sturgis. I went to Sturgis one time, and I've seen Mount Rushmore and all that, the Black Hills.
There you go. So that's where I grew up, was on that side. I grew up in Deadwood.
Yeah.
So that's nice where I still got a lot of. I'm actually going out there this weekend for the Wild West Songwriters Festival. So I'll be out there playing music and connecting with other artists. And I mean, that's awesome. How this thing all started, was like, I'm already in all these places where artists are, and like nobody is out here trying to talk to them about them. Right. Yeah. Like everybody's out here just like, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me. And I'm like, yeah look at you. You're so talented,
and it's genius networking too, because not only because you're highlighting the other artists, but by you doing that, those people are paying attention. Their fan base are tuning into you too, because they're like, okay, let's see what this is about. And like you said, like if you have a good product yourself, you know what I mean? Like good dope sells itself. So they're gonna, you know what I mean? To tap into you as well,
Well, and that's what this show has become. And I look for, I mean, this is only the 4th or 5th week that we've done this, but every time we do, I get such a high off of it. I'm usually tired by the end, but I wake up the next morning like, man, that was so cool. That was so rad, man. And now people are going to see that, and it's only going to continue to grow. Tonight we got 5 people watching live like that. That's, the last week was the say, there you go. Yay, Missouri. Shout out to Renee, one of our super fans. She's been here with us every week, and she was really digging on everything that you've had going on. So you got another fan.
And the thing is, though, is it's not only about like you said, like you were saying, like we're in the future, because we're leaving a digital footmark. You know what I mean? So it might be like 100 years from now, like just like how we're digging up artifacts and being like, look at this clay bowl. You know what I mean? 1,000 years ago, they're gonna be digging up there and be like, "Oh, check out this podcast."
Yeah, they're gonna be digging through the archive, man, and to find this legacy that we've left of all these amazing artists. And I talk about it all the time, man. And realizing it in real time. Like a lot of people, like you said, they might not see this. You know, it might not be 100 years, it might be 10 years, right, or 2 years. But I equated it to this, and you kind of hit on something that I've kind of put into words, where like, we got a bunch of hooks and a bunch of coattails right now. And anytime one of those artists hits, we have a good friend of ours, Samantha Grimes, who's being, is available to get nominated for a Grammy, right? Like if she gets nominated and wins a fucking Grammy, bro, people are going to see her on 3 episodes of my show. When you search her name, we're going to come up. And now they're tapping into that. And the more artists that you connect with, the more opportunities you have for that. So it's kind of the get back, right? For all the time and the effort that we put in, that eventually one of these people make it, right? And we get to kind of go along for the ride and bring everybody else with us too, right? So man, you got
that's like the importance of networking. I mean, we've actually got people that I brought to the show from TikTok because I can't sleep, so I scroll through TikTok. We got a guy I met off there and brought to the network, Dalton Jones. He's an amazing, talented artist. And like now he's actually starting to send guests to us because, I was actually fortunate enough to be able to use my connections through all the podcasts and actually able to get his song on the radio station.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it just goes to show that the connections that are formed, are lifelong. It ain't just, and that's what's great about the podcast is you connect with people on such a real level that by the time the show's over and we talk, especially on mine, I mean, and I'm not putting theirs down, but mine we have some real hard conversations with because of the title of it that I feel like, and I'm sure Bubba Phil and Boo Boo feels the same way, but by the time you get done and you have these hard conversations, you feel like that person that was
we're all friends. Yeah, we're all friends now. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of it too, because that's how it feels. Like it feels like we're all friends now. Like, you know what I mean? Just from this, because I mean, how like with society and stuff and the way people are nowadays, like people don't really sit down and talk no more. Like who's gonna sit down and really talk to somebody for an hour and a half that they don't know? Like, you know what I mean?
Bobby, I've talked to you longer tonight just meeting you than I have to some of my family members.
Me too.
I'm a talker, so I will talk for an hour and a half. Ask Bubba.
Yeah. Ask anyone who knows you, Willie.
No, and I kind of like listening to Envy tonight, where and it was great that it was at the end, because when you finally came on with your verse at the end, it's like, oh, that's my boy. Right. And it's exactly. Like, we just met. But I feel like a kindred spirit to that and a connection that we have now.
And that's the beauty of like your podcast, is because your podcast is real. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all are on here and y'all are being real people. It's genuine. Y'all doing this because this is what y'all love to do. You're doing it because you love to put out artists. You're not on here trying to charge artists. You're not on here being fake. Because that's the thing with like the internet in society, is that everybody's so fake. So whenever you're just real, people gravitate to that, because that's rare nowadays. A lot of people, they can't come on a podcast and have a conversation like this because there's either too many holes in their story, they're too fake, or they don't know how to, they act weird when they see that little green light on the camera and they act all weird and just like, I see it all the time on the radios that like people come in and they just act weird. I'm just like, you gotta just be natural. Like, don't worry about the camera. Just act like we're having a conversation, because that's what we are, And I know you got to go, but
it's all good, man. It's training though. But like, I had this camera for 2 years before I started sitting in front of it all the time. And then having someone like, you have to look at the camera, because I would be looking up at, I'm looking at you, but you can't see me anyway. Right. And until someone told me that, where I was like, oh, like, you got to make love to that camera, right? Like you have to be staring into that thing and communicating. But it took time, man. It took training. And that's why I'm glad that like, we're here now, and we're not here a year ago, because I wasn't ready a year ago. I wasn't ready for all of this, and we weren't ready for hundreds of people to be tuning in every single week to see these things. Even a few weeks ago, we've continued to get better with our production and everything that we're doing, and You know, at least we didn't have any dogs barking in the background tonight at Boo Boo's place.
I had to put
I was muting it.
My dog's in the cage. I put her up because I was like, I don't want her acting all crazy, you know. Because
that's all right, as long as you don't shock her like on camera because she's a prop for you, like this cat. I don't know if you tune into the news or not, but I saw this Hassan guy who's a big streamer, and they're on him now because he just has a dog in the background, like 5-hour stream. And they caught him like shocking her with the shock collar because she got up and was moving around. I was like, You got mad at your dog because it's a dog? Like, Pete, you deserve the hate. You deserve the hate, dog. Come on.
Yeah.
Be nice.
To be demonized.
Yeah, it's all good. Man, Bobby, it's been great getting to know you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Boo Boo.
Sure. We'll have to do it again.
Yeah, well, I'll see you on some Sundays. I'll be traveling this Sunday, and I probably won't be tapping in, but give me a few weeks, man. Get home from this tour and everything, and hopefully I get to stop in St. Louis and see y'all, man. I'll be coming through on the 5th or 6th, headed up north. So hopefully I get a chance to come and say hello. And
you better come see me.
And I'd love to be on y'all shows too. I know that Willie, you mentioned you had the mental health show and stuff, so I'd like to do that too. You know, because it's definitely something that I can relate to. You know what I mean? And I'd like to do your show too, Boo Boo. So and like I said, y'all got open visitation whenever y'all want to come on mine. So I appreciate y'all.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, everybody, make sure you're following the Scene Projects, all the social media. Subscribe on the YouTube so you can comment like our good friend Renee has been all the time. Make sure you're following BHillz. He's got an awesome thing going on. YouTube. I know he's on Facebook and everything too, and he's always streaming somewhere. And,
you can just Google. If you just Google BHillz, everything pops up. You can just find. I'm on all social medias: Instagram, TikTok, even things that I don't even know, like that Tile or what's that one new one? I don't even know. It's just I'm on everywhere though.
Don't look. There's somebody behind you.
Yeah. They're gone now.
You can see
and you can find all of us on the sceneprojects.com and to schedule if you guys want to come on for your own interviews. Bobby, of course, I know you're going to, but anybody else watching, you're an artist, you want to share your music, you want to be on Love Noise, you are more than welcome to go over to the sceneprojects.com and check us all out there and get yourself scheduled in. So with that, we are going to say good night. We love you guys for tapping in with us every single week here. Renee, thank you so much for being such a super fan. And we'll catch you guys next week here on Love Noise.
I appreciate y'all, man.